Hi, I'm Penny Fuller, sharing a short sequence of gentle somatic yoga-inspired movements and pandiculations to facilitate a deeper and more satisfying breath. Let's begin by standing comfortably in a neutral mountain posture. So arms down by the side, feet about hip width apart, back body opening, front body opening, crown of the head reaching to the sky. Close the eyes, turn the attention inwards, and become aware of your breathing. And just rest the hands on the low belly, keep the eyes closed, keep the breath easy. Become aware of the movement of the breath beneath your hands. So not trying to breathe to your hands, simply observing. And then bring your hands to the side ribs, so not at the front, but around the sides. The chest is opening out, shoulders are drawing down. Let's take a few moments to notice the movement of your breath here. This is just your natural resting breath. And then let's bring the hands to the top of the chest and take a few moments to notice the movement of the breath beneath your hands here. And it might be that breath is much more obvious in one or two of these places than others. And then let's bring the hands to rest on the back of the body. So you've got your top of your hands just resting comfortably on your back body. Don't strain to achieve that. You might have one hand above the other. And you're taking a few moments to notice the movement of the breath beneath your hands here, so in the back of the body. And then release your arms down by your sides again. And let's take 3 cleansing breaths to prepare us for practice, but also to use the cleansing breath as a pre-check to see how you're experiencing deeper breath. So let's inhale through the nostrils. And exhale a sigh through the mouth, audible sigh. Twice more. And then to loosen up our shoulders and the upper portion of the chest, let's break down the gentle somatic yoga flow Celtic cross into some parts and pieces so that we can ease the chest, ease the upper back, ease the shoulders. So let's have the palms face forward, the chest open out, the feet rooted to the floor. And then slowly, let's rotate the arms inwardly. So from the hands all the way up to the shoulders, so that the front of the shoulders squeeze together, the back rounds, and the breastbone pushes towards the spine. And then really slowly as you can, let's take that in reverse. So you're now externally rotating your arms, you're turning your palms to face forward and beyond, so that your shoulder blades squeeze in, your breastbone lifts up, and the back body is contracting. So let's do this slowly again. So an internal rotation of the arms, shoulders rolling towards one another, chest becoming concave, chin tucking slightly, belly drawing in. And let's take an external rotation, really slowly. So palms facing forwards, shoulder blades squeezing together, chest becoming convex, and maybe the chin tips up a little bit. And then just relax it. Take a breath. Feel the muscles softening and releasing. Sense and feel energy flowing through you. And then let's draw both shoulders up towards the ears so that the neck disappears, the jaw is relaxed, the face is relaxed, scalp is relaxed. And then slowly, slowly, let's push the shoulders down towards the floor. So they go past their resting place and towards the floor. So there's a little pressure down. And then repeat it. We'll draw the shoulders up. And then we push the shoulders down. And relax. And then let's knit those movements together to find a circle. So we're going to internally rotate. And then we're going to draw the shoulders downwards. And then we'll externally rotate. And we'll lift the shoulders upwards. Internally rotate. Shoulders go downwards. Externally rotate. Shoulders go upwards. Take a pause. Let's externally rotate. Take the shoulders downwards. Internally rotate. Lift the shoulders up. Externally rotate. Shoulders go downwards. Internally rotate. And shoulders lift up. And then relax completely. Turn the head to the right side. Turn the head to the left side. Bring the head to center. Be conscious of the energy flow in the upper part of the chest. Remember resting your hands on the upper part of the chest and tracing the movement of breath there. You can remember the touch of your hands. And then let's step the feet out wide. Turn the toes outwards about 45 degrees. So come into a somatic standing twist. Now let's just bend the knees, so your knees are going over your kneecaps, are going outwards, they're not twisting inwards. And just test your range of motion here to see how far you can comfortably go down and come back up. So you find your full range. And then just bring yourself about a third of the way down to your comfortable boundary. Rest your hands on your thighs, fingers forward, thumbs backwards. So conscious of your midline and of your crown reaching to the sky, feet anchored to the floor. And start to squeeze your left shoulder blade in towards the spine so that your right shoulder blade draws to face forward. Just have the head facing forwards. And then slowly, let's transition to the other side. So the right shoulder blade starts to draw in towards the spine and the left shoulder blade comes forward. And then draw yourself back to neutral. So you're noticing the side body, the twisting action through all the muscles of the torso. And just drop yourself down a fraction lower, not quite to your full boundary yet, just a fraction lower. And squeeze the left shoulder blade in towards the spine. This time turn your head to look over that left shoulder. And then squeeze your right shoulder blade in towards the spine. And you're turning your head to look over the right shoulder. And then you face forward. And perhaps drop down a fraction lower. And let's squeeze left shoulder blade in towards the spine again, this time actively turning the head to the right. Make sure neck is comfortable. And then let's squeeze right shoulder blade in towards the spine and actively turn the head to the left. And then return to face forward. Slowly release. Bring the hands to prayer position. And then come back down smoothly to your full range. And just notice if you might have gone a little deeper. And then let's release. And just step out of that position and release your legs a moment. So allow the muscles of the legs to release their fatigue. And then let's try a pandiculated triangle pose. So we'll need to step the feet wide again. And let's have right toes facing towards the right far wall and left toes pointing forwards. And the arms out to the side at shoulder height. So arms are active, they're long, but elbows aren't locking, there's no tension in your shoulders. And just reach your right hand towards right far wall so that the left side of your body lengthens out. Just test your range. You're going to come back to neutral so your shoulders are above your hips. So now you know how far you can go. Just travel a third of the way towards it and pause. Just press down through your left foot. And then travel 2/3 of the way towards your comfortable boundary. Press down through your left foot. And then travel all of the way to your boundary. Draw yourself back to neutral. And then take one movement to find your full reach. And you might go a little further to drop the right hand down, reach the left arm up. See how it feels to have left arm up. You might actually prefer to have left hand on the hip and left shoulder drawn back. Let's take a deep breath into your left lung. Your neck is relaxed, your face is relaxed. And then push down firmly through both feet to bring yourself to upright. Let's have both feet point forward for a moment. And notice how the right left sides of your body feel different. So you might feel quite lopsided at this point. I certainly do. So let's even things out. So you're turning left toes towards left far wall. Right toes are pointing forwards. Let's have the arms out at shoulder height. And there's an active extension across the chest and across the back, but without locking your elbows. Let's see how far we can comfortably reach over to the left. Just exploring with curiosity. And then return yourself to neutral. Now you know how far you can go. Just travel a third of the way in that direction and pause, pressing your right foot down into the floor to activate the muscles through the right side. And then you reach 2/3 of the way and pause, and you're pressing down through right foot. And then you find your full comfortable reach, don't strain. And then you return to neutral. And then let's just take one smooth reach towards that boundary. So you might have gone further than before. Tip the left arm down, reach the right arm up. See how it is. You might keep the hand above, or you might bring the hand onto the hip, draw the shoulder back a little bit, find a comfortable place for your neck, which might be to look down towards your foot. It's a comfortable place for your neck. Deep breath into your right lung. And then you push into your feet to draw yourself to upright. Let's turn right toes to face forward, so left toes, so that you've evened yourself out. And notice how you are. So there might be quite strong flows of energy through the sides of the body, up from the feet through the side body into the lungs. So you're tracking your inner experience, sensing and feeling how it is to be doing these exercises rather than analysing them with the mind. And if you need to release your legs out, you can just take another little break with the legs and shake the ankles and so on. And then we'll come into one final posture. So a wide-legged forward bend with an arch and curl of the spine. So you might need blocks for this one, or bricks. So if you know your hamstrings are tight, you could do with a little bit of extra support. Perhaps you put your blocks down on the floor in front of you. And just soften your knees and curl forward. You're not trying to achieve anything in particular. Just rest your hands on the floor or on your blocks. And just hang out, let your head hang down. And so knees are soft, spine is round. And then perhaps you can activate the pose a little bit. So either come into a straight forward fold if you're a little more flexible. You can come into a straight forward fold, or you're in a flat back version. And then from wherever you're at, bend your knees quite deeply, round your spine, round your shoulders, tuck your chin in and hug muscle to bone. And then release that by straightening out the legs, squeezing your shoulder blades together, pushing your chest forward and arching the spine. So let's take that again. We round the spine, you bend the knees, you curl forward, you tuck your chin, you round your shoulders, and then you arch your spine. You straighten your legs, you push the belly down, the chest forward, the shoulder blades together, chin's moving slightly forward. So let's take that once more. So you can really just be making a flavor of this. It doesn't have to be a big movement, but just have a sense of the spine moving through the muscles of your back. And then you can return to your neutral position. So that might have been a flat back position with the support of your bricks or blocks, or perhaps you're in a deeper forward fold with legs straight and the head down. So give yourself a moment to breathe here, particularly if you're in the full inversion. See how it is to have your lungs in different relationship to gravity than usual. And then soften your knees, whichever version you're in, to uncurl yourself to upright. And then let's swivel the feet together. So heels, toes, until you reach about hip width apart. So you're back in your neutral standing position, the one that we began in. And just have your eyes closed and your attention turned inwards. And notice your breathing. So your heart rate might be elevated and breath might be a little faster than it was at the beginning. So you're inviting all of that to slow down, to soften, to relax. So witnessing your body as it goes from a state of excitation to a state of rest. It's marveling at the body's wisdom. It knows how to do this. Our minds aren't very good at doing that, knowing how to go from activation to relaxation, but our bodies know. So just let that happen. And when you're feeling settled, let's take 3 cleansing breaths. So to close our practice and also as a post check to see how you're experiencing a deeper breath through the front, back and side of your body. So you inhale through the nostrils. You can take the arms out and up for this one perhaps. And you exhale a sigh through the mouth. Or maybe you want to do it with the arms down beside you. You inhale through your nostrils. And you exhale an audible sigh through your mouth. And once more. So I'm certainly noticing that my breath is stronger, deeper, more confident, more nourishing. And then rest your hands on your low abdomen. So again, we're just simply checking into resting breath, seeing how resting breath has been altered by our short, gentle somatic yoga sequence. So eyes are closed and you're watching the movement of the breath beneath your palms, down in the belly. And then you rest the hands to the side ribs, just comfortably so. It's not always comfortable to have the hands here. So you're drawing your shoulders down, elbows in. Just watching the movement of the breath here. Personally, I'm not naturally a lateral breather. I don't tend to use my side ribs much unless I really put my attention on them. But after a sequence like this, I really notice the difference in the movement of my side ribs. And then let's place the hands to the top of the chest. A lot of people breathe to the top of the chest. That's their default. So it might be that if you were experiencing a lot more breath at the top of the chest at the beginning, that the breath feels more evenly distributed through the torso now. But just whatever you're experiencing is right. And then let's bring the hands to the back of the body again. So you've got the top of the hands just resting lightly, comfortably, one above the other, to the back of the body. Noticing the movement of the breath here. So this is another area that I don't tend to naturally breathe to, and that I feel a shift in after I've done these somatic practices. And 70–80% of our lungs are in the back of the body. So if we want to breathe deeply, breathe well, we need to befriend the back of the body. And then just rest the arms down by the sides, eyes closed, ending as we began. Noticing how we feel different. And then offering ourselves namaste.